I'm Todd Cohen, the sales culture architect. Thanks for joining my sales culture YouTube channel. You know what drives me bananas like crazy? Nickel and diming. I hate nickel and diming. Don't you? Now, when we think about nickel and diming, we think about all those line items we see on an invoice that a company might give you, they're expecting you to pay, or you might think of all the additional charges. And yes, that is nickel and diming, and I hate nickel and diming. I know, I keep saying it. It drives me nuts. I also think nickel and diming is an outstanding way to destroy trust, lose a customer, and end a relationship. And here's the deal. Nickel and diming is more than money. Nickel and diming shows up in a lot of other ways as well. And as a service provider, you need to think about this in terms of, are you nickel and diming people? So nickel and diming shows up as things like access to you or access to your company. Are you making it difficult for somebody to get through to you? Think of all the times we have tried to call companies and, we have to pay for premium support or, sign up for another level of support. That's nickel and diming. Access is a form of nickel and diming. Another form of nickel and diming your customers is withholding information. In other words, you know what? You're going to have to work a little harder to get me to give you what you need. I'm going to withhold information so you have to keep coming back to me over and over and over again. That's nickel and diming. Here's a third way that nickel and diming rears its ugly head and will cost you, the customer, will cost you a friendship even, flexibility. You know what? This is the deal. We're going to hold it to the letter of the law. Anything else? Hey, that's extra. That's nickel and diming, lack of flexibility. Another way that we nickel and dime, or people nickel and dime people, is effort. I don't like what I'm getting paid for this, so I'm just not going to give you as much as I normally would. It's interesting because as a speaker, this one rings true to me. When I started my speaking career, 18 years ago, I got a really good piece of advice. And that piece of advice was this: quote a fee that when you're backing out of your garage or you're headed to the airport, you're happy to be going. If you're happy to be going, then you've quoted a fee that makes sense. Now, there's going to be a lot of speaker guru coaches who think they're just smarter than the rest of us, who will tell me I'm wrong. Look at this face. Could care less. Nickel and diming is about effort. Nickel and diming also shows up in attention. Oh, you want more attention? Oh, yeah, once this contract is signed, once the deal is done, you can't find me. And listen, this is what really bad salespeople do. And it's what really bad people let me say this different. We're talking about professionally here. That's what people do when they decide that, you know what? They don't have to give you any more attention. Their job is done because I'm just the. All of these are forms of nickel and diming, and you know what? They're going to kill your company. So stop them. Just knock this crap off right now. You see, when I first started this video, you thought I was going to say, nickel and diming, it's all about money. Well, that's the common belief. And yes, it's absolutely true. Nobody likes, well, here's the fee and plus, 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 plus. Hey, car dealers, are you listening? Okay, we won't go down that road. So here's what I want to say. And here's what I want you to remember because, hey, it's the principle of recency. The last thing I'm going to say right now is what you're going to remember. Ready? You can win every small negotiation and still lose the customer. Nickel and diming is how you go broke making money. I'm Todd Cohen. If you want to hear more about how we're all in sales because it's true, then why don't you just subscribe to my channel, get it over with, and start tuning in and enjoying common sense ways to demonstrate that everything we do is a sales moment, and that's what sets us and our organizations apart.